friends, to another stage of our journey. Are we ready? I'm sure you are. And I guess that you are even more curious to know what the next stage will be. So let's move on to the fourth stage of our vocational journey.
I'm Sister Mary John. Today, I have the special mission to interview our young junior sisters. They are ready to share with us their experience up to this stage of their formation as Franciscan Hospital Sisters of the Immaculate Conception. Can you tell us something about yourself and how did your desire to become a religious come about?
I began my vocational journey right from my childhood, being brought up by a God-fearing family and a convent school.
Paz e bem, irmãos e irmãs. Bem, como começou esta aventura de amor? Começou desde o ventre materno de minha mãe. Deus foi-me modelando, foi-me amando, cuidando, até que aos 16 anos.
After I completed my studies, I attended a course in Lolotoi with the sisters.
From my childhood, I did not have the desire to become a sister.
Like every young woman, I too was attracted to the worldly desires.
My only ambition and all my focus was to start a business with my father. With this desire and focus, I started my graduation in Stella Maris College in Chennai.
Na altura, o pároco da minha paróquia disse-me: Carla, tu vais ser irmã. Eu, irmã? Nem pensar. Eu usar véu e saia, olha, não volto a tocar mais nesse assunto, viu? E de facto, ele não voltou mais a tocar nesse assunto até 9 anos depois.
But God's plans were mysterious. It is only after completing my MA and when I was pursuing my Montessori training with an aim to go abroad and support my family.
When I saw the works of the sisters, felt that the sisters were really practicing the motto of their founder, of Blessed Mother Maria Clara, do good where there is good to be done.
But as the days passed by, everything went on well. But I was not happy with what I was doing and what I was aiming at.
I found no meaning and satisfaction. But advised by a priest, I prayed fervently, asking the Lord what He wants of me.
Under the compulsion of my mother, I happened to attend a retreat.
And that's when I said to myself that the Lord will give me an answer. And by the end of my Montessori training, it was the Lord who called me by my name. And I said to myself, yes.
Eu procurava Deus, mas não sabia como. Mas Deus foi muito paciente, foi-me manifestando de várias formas. Até que, 9 anos depois, deu-me um sinal muito concreto, visível, que eu disse não. Deus quer que eu vá por aqui. E assim foi. Aos 25, 24, 25 anos comecei a minha caminhada de discernimento e hoje estou aqui nas Irmãs Franciscanas Hospitaleiras da Imaculada Conceição com muita alegria para servir o Senhor e as irmãs.
The life and the works of the sisters inspired me to join the congregation of the Franciscan Hospital Sisters of the Immaculate Conception.
While the Blessed Sacrament was exposed, I felt Jesus saying, Diana, I love you, just as you are.
If the Lord has really called me and who has done so much for me, the only thing that I can give Him is my life in total surrender to Him. And that's how I am here today.
So now I am here as a sister and ready to make my final commitment with the Lord.
Ever since, I wanted to commit my entire will, my future, to the Lord who called me, who loves me more than anyone in this world. And finally, after completing my graduation, I entered the religious life.
Jesus says, "There is no one who has left house or brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or lands for my sake and for the gospel, who will not receive 100-fold now in this time." In the experiences you just shared, we see that you too renounced a lot of things to follow Jesus. Has Jesus' promise come true in your life so far? Can you identify the 100-fold blessings He has given you during this time of your formation journey as a junior sister?
A promessa se fez realidade na minha vida. As bênçãos são imensas que nem sei se as palavras são capazes de as expressar. Encontrei o meu amado, a felicidade do meu viver. As irmãs que Deus me deu gratuitamente, a congregação que continuamente me acolhe e o carisma da hospitalidade que me é dado a viver como dádiva. As oportunidades que me são oferecidas, a vida fraterna, a formação, os estudos, a missão. Afinal, encontrei muito mais do que aquilo que aparentemente parece que perdi.
As a religious person, I am experiencing a lot of blessings, both personally as well as to my family. It is in this religious life that has helped me to deepen my love for my Lord. I have my portion, the Lord, with whom I have found everything that I am looking for in my life, the inner satisfaction and joy that I am obeying my Master. And I say, it's a real gift and a blessing, and also a great privilege to follow the Master, leaving behind all that the world can consider worthwhile.
The day I began my religious life, I have experienced numerous blessings, personally as well as in my family. Firstly, the faith aspect has deepened, because of which I can face the challenges with courage, trusting in the Lord. Along with these blessings, my vocational journey was even more nourished with the opportunities received in our formation. We are offered with courses on our Franciscan spirituality, the life of our founders, fraternal living, Word of God, and other personality development courses that enhances our understanding on the essence of religious life.
Well, you have both made your first profession by professing the vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, but you have not yet committed yourself for life. Do you think that this option makes sense nowadays?
Yes, absolutely. For me personally, it really makes sense.
Being a professed sister for the past 5 years and living this way of life, I am convinced that this way of life is meaningful.
The option that I choose makes sense. Happy with this life because God Himself took an initiative, chose me among many.
Why I say this? Because I consider this call to religious life is a higher call, and to be a bride of Christ who loves me unconditionally.
And I would not exchange it for anything. The final profession is only a reconfirmation of my total surrender.
Know that when God calls, He calls for eternity. For my part, I need to collaborate with His grace and need to be open to His Spirit to guide me each moment of my life.
What is the deepest desire of your heart as a young consecrated woman?
Qual é o desejo profundo do meu coração? Penso que vai de encontro aos desejos dos corações de Maria e de Jesus. Ao desejo do coração de Maria, fazei tudo o que Ele vos disser. O desejo do coração do amado. Nisto consiste a vida eterna, que te conheçam, ó Pai, a ti e àquele que enviaste. Sim, é isto. Conhecê-lo cada vez mais, para o amar cada vez mais e dá-lo a conhecer, fazer com que o amem livremente. Conhecem este amor. De facto, se conhecesseis o dom de Deus, deixaríeis tudo, seguíeis o amor, seríeis felizes.
Do good where there is good to be done. As Blessed Mother Maria Clara, our foundress, has greatest desire to offer herself and committed herself for the most suffering people, by doing good where there is good to be done. Inspired by her words, actions and deeds, above all by her life-giving examples, I too have the same desire to give my life, commit myself to the service of God, by doing good where there is good to be done.
To live as Jesus lived, to love as Jesus loved, to labor as Jesus labored, thereby becoming Christ-like.
My greatest desire is to love my Lord with undivided heart, no matter what the world brings fresh before me.
Can you share how the founders have been a source of inspiration to your life?
The inspiration of our founders, Blessed Mother Maria Clara, has brought to my life are to be simple, being hospitable, to be generous, to share my knowledge and talents with others, and to trust God in His divine providence, and to keep hope and faith in God, for only God can do everything in my life. Mother Clara was faithful to her spouse Jesus by doing the will of God. Even though she faces lots of sufferings in her life, but still she remained in the love of Jesus, giving herself totally to the service of God. These experiences of our founders, Blessed Mother Maria Clara, teach me to be faithful to Jesus and to be strong in my vocational journey. With Christ, I can do everything. Nothing can separate me from the love of Jesus.
Mother Clara and Father Raimundo responded to the needs of the society of their time. This inspires me to be available to the most needy and have total trust in the Lord and continue my life.
I always admire my foundress, Blessed Maria Clara, a clear conviction in what she believed, no matter what the people say. But she continued to do good where there is good to be done.
Francis, in his message for the World Day of Prayer for Vocations in May 2014 said, "No vocation is born of itself or lives for itself. A vocation flows from the heart of God and blossoms in the good soil of faithful people in the experience of fraternal love." Can you share how life in fraternity nourishes your vocation?
A vida fraterna alimenta a minha vocação. Ela é o alicerce, o berço, o meu porto seguro de comunhão. Nela encontro força e segurança para viver feliz a minha vocação de consagração a Deus e aos irmãos, valorizando, respeitando e acolhendo cada irmã na sua diferença.
The beauty of a garden depends on the variety of blooming plants. So is with a religious fraternity. A unique feature of my fraternity is each of us come from different cultures and different states, yet for a common mission.
I would say it's a real blessing and a rich experience for me to live in a community where God Himself united us as a family.
Centering Christ. Amidst joys and struggles, there is a special bond that keeps us united, and that is love.
For the plant to grow and bear fruit, it has to be given some atmosphere where sunlight, water, soil, and so on. And also at times we needed a pruning. So also in fraternal living, we need all this, and pruning by means of fraternal correction of fresh challenges I am faced with have helped me a lot to live my consecration more faithfully.
This gives me an opportunity to grow and to live my call.
As Pope Francis says, a vocation flows from the heart of God and blossoms in the good soil of the faithful in the experience of fraternal love. That's how it nourishes my occasional journey in fraternal living.
How do you balance your life of prayer and work in the community where you presently are?
What I think helped me most to be persevere in my religious call is my prayer life.
It has been my constant desire to balance my prayer life with work.
Without prayer, it is not easy for me to live my consecration and also the mission which is entrusted to me. Whatever great work I may be assigned, there will be no meaning in it if there is no prayer in me.
Because only when I focus on my encounter with the Lord that I can be fruitful in my work, though sometimes it is difficult.
Our congregation has an active and contemplative life.
So what I do is, it's not always possible for me to always sit before the Lord, before the Blessed Sacrament and pray. But it is possible for me to live in the presence of the Lord whatever work I do or wherever I go.
It is my earnest endeavor to make it my way of life.
It teaches me, Lord, to have balance between my prayer and service. I may have greatest desire to be a servant of God like Martha, who did all the serving when Jesus came to her house. But what is more needed in consecrated life is what Mary chose. Mary faithfully sat and heard to what Jesus has to say.
After completing these initial years of your formation, what do you think has helped you most to persevere?
O que mais me ajudou a perseverar foi a oração, que acontece em cada encontro de tu a tu com Jesus, Palavra do Pai. A vida e o testemunho das minhas irmãs. O incentivo, a partilha de experiência das irmãs que me acompanharam, continua a ser uma grande ajuda e riqueza.
Religious life is not bed of roses, the beauty of the flower found among the thorns. So also in religious life, the challenges, the difficulties, which make me strong day by day to continue this way of life.
My life journey is not one without ups and downs. It does have a rough, stony surface. Thus, in every area of my life, whether personal, community, or mission, the only instrument that helps me to remain committed and faithful is my communion with the Lord. Ultimately, it's Christ who is the center of my life, who helps me face all the challenges. Without Him, I can do nothing. He makes all things possible.
All I require is my personal prayer, the intimacy with the Lord, with whom I am committed, because I realize this is the only way I can be an authentic religious in all that I do.
place to dwell. All that I need, you have given to me. Yours forever I'll be. Life lived with you is beautiful. Life lived for you is wonderful. Life spent in serving your people is beautiful. Yes, is wonderful.
Wow! Wasn't it awesome to see so many young people like you surrendering their lives to God? But the journey doesn't stop there. There is still a lot more adventure awaiting you on this route. So you can check it out tomorrow.